What is up, everybody? Today we're going to get into a video that kind of talks about building. It's supposed to be titled Building Big Dreams on Roblox. And I kind of did that because Smash Big Caleb was like, I was talking to him and he was like, maybe you could try to do some positive stuff. So this video is going to be more of a positive video, and it's going to take a more uplifting direction that can kind of hopefully inspire some people. Roblox, it starts as a game, but it quickly evolves into something different. It quickly evolves into a creative playground. So, yes, it is a game that you can play, and there's not a, oh, it's a platform with many games that you can play. And some of my favorites are Arsenal. I love Rivals as well. Arsenal's probably my favorite. I'm going to play a lot of that, but the fact that it can turn into a creative playground is basically talking about the fact that you can literally make any game that you could ever want to make in your life. Any ideas that you have, you can put those into something. You can put those into a game. You can put those into anything that you want on the Roblox platform, whether it's UGC items, stuff like that. You can build whatever you want. So it is a creative playground. And anyone can build something from nothing, even if they don't have any experience. Even with zero experience, you can get on YouTube and watch some tutorials, and they'll literally guide you through the process of becoming a developer on Roblox. And I think that's really important for people. Like, I learned how to make games in Unreal Engine just on YouTube alone. I made one game that was uploaded to the Google Play Store. It was absolutely terrible, but there was one game that I kind of made that was really good. The level design of it was really good. It was called Anxiety, and it was basically like an abandoned mental hospital. But it actually turned out really freaking cool, dude. I was so proud of that. But you can apply that to Roblox, dude. You can make anything you want in Roblox. Literally anything. Even if you don't have any experience, get on YouTube. You can watch those tutorials, and they'll get you where you need to be. So you can create your experience on Roblox and start. Maybe if you want to earn money, that's really cool. You can do that. I don't monetize anything that I do creatively. I do it all for free because I have a really good paying job, and I just want to do it for fun. I mean, we're still aiming for a pretty big subscriber count. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. That would be really freaking cool. But yeah, anyone can build something from nothing, even if they don't have any experience at all. And big games, they often start as tiny experiments that barely work. So in the beginning, your product might not be a totally finished product. It might not be where you want it to be, but you can learn as you go and continuously improve that game. And I think that's really important for people to recognize. It's like, yeah, in the beginning, it might be a little bit rough. But dude, many of the big games that we see today started out as a rough project, just in like an outline of the game that they would become, you know? And then they update the games as they learn more, and it becomes a bigger and better thing as time goes on. So yeah, dude, literally most games they start as nothing, and the games that you make will probably start as nothing. But as you get better, the game's gonna get better. So yeah, don't stop, don't give up just because you don't know that much. Continue to do that. And if this is your dream, chase your freaking dream, dude. And you can earn tons of Robux from your experience if that's your goal. But you got to make sure it's good, but you will get good with practice and with learning. And, you know, like I said, YouTube's the best place to freaking learn. And yeah, big games, they often start as tiny experiments that barely work. So, you know, it's one freaking click away from downloading the Roblox Studio and making your game. So make sure you do that. Make sure you actually try. And because a lot of people, they quit before they even try. And I think that's silly. Make your game, dude. And failure is basically a part of the tutorial process. You're going to have failure when you're creating these games. You're going to fail. You're going to like miss code. Like you're not going to know how to code things. And like, I don't know anything about coding, about C plus and all that. I used blueprints in Unreal Engine, and blueprints are basically like a visual scripting. So those were really freaking cool. I think Roblox should try some form of the blueprint system. I think that would help a lot, but it's a part of the process, man. You're going to fail, you're going to fail, you're going to fail. And you just got to roll with it, bro. When you fail, do the research, and you can learn how to correct these issues. And once your game gets a little bit bigger, you can start outsourcing some stuff, and you can hire some coders and stuff like that. And maybe you'll make the next Steel Brain Router. You'll make the next Grow a Garden, you know? You just gotta understand that failure is going to be a really big part of your process, and you just gotta make do with what you got. Because I've failed tons of times. When I was learning music production, dude, I would fail so many times and my mixes sounded like garbage. I was just layering tracks on top of each other, using effects without even knowing what they actually do. There's a lot of stuff that I did that failed miserably, and I still kept going. And I got to the point where I learned automation. I learned how to use a compressor. I learned how to use pitch correction and stuff like that, which in my music I am going to use some like auto tune ish because I like the style of it. But not I don't really know how much I'm gonna use, but yeah, before I even learned music production, it was a failure, and it just got better with time. So yeah, failure's basically part of the tutorial at this point. Free tools, they make it possible to chase your ideas without even needing money. It's free to download the Roblox Studio app, or at least I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's free. And you can literally make anything you want for free. So don't worry about money, dude. A lot of people that create stuff, they start with nothing. I mean, I'm sure you want to buy some like models and stuff like that, but you can make something worth playing without spending a dime. Throughout the process, you don't have to spend a dime, and yeah, you can make literally whatever you want. Creativity matters more than just the graphics at this point, like, or the polish of your game at the start. If you show something that's creative and you have a really good idea, when you actually make what you're making, people are gonna see the human element to that. They're gonna see whatever, as long as it's creative, people are going to resonate with that because it's something genuine that you made that you love. And if you love it, other people, there's an audience out there, other people will probably love it as well. So yeah, creativity matters a lot more than what your graphics look like or the polish of your game. If you have an idea that stands out from the crowd, people are going to enjoy it. People are going to enjoy playing what you made. And the only way you're going to find that out is if you actually make the thing that you're supposed to give to the world, you know? So yeah, like I said, a lot of people quit before they even start, and it's like, dude, if you just put your creativity into something, it will resonate with people. And well, you want to learn how to like market it a little bit. You can advertise your game, which I highly recommend investing in advertisements because that can really put your game on the top of the map. So definitely advertise if you can and get like a part-time job and invest your money into those ads. Make sure your game's in like a playable state first, obviously, and you can incorporate some stuff in there that can give people Robux and stuff like that. So yeah, creativity matters the most. So always remember that. It doesn't matter about the graphics. It matters about the creativity. That is the most important thing. And many popular games, they were made by small teams or solo developers. So even if you're a solo developer, you can make a game that's popular. You can make a game that freaking takes off, dude. So, yeah, just think about that for a while. Think about the fact that many of these games that you're seeing that you want your game to be just like were made by people just like you. So, get out there and get it, bro. Make your dreams a reality. Learning on Roblox can turn into real-world skills. Learning on Roblox can teach you a lot of the things that you need to know when it comes to like scripting and stuff like that and game development. So yeah, you're actually learning valuable real world skills that can even be used for getting hired at some jobs. They might actually hire you if you have Roblox game development skills. So it's worth learning. And updates and feedback, they slowly, when you do your updates and you do your feedback, they slowly turn a game into something a lot bigger. They, like I said earlier, your game's not going to be super polished in the beginning, but as time goes on, you're going to scale it into something that becomes polished as you learn. So just start small and scale your way up. Consistency is going to beat motivation when you're building long term. So if you're consistent, you show up every day, even when you're not motivated, when you push through that tiredness, you can actually make something worth playing. That's a thing that I do. Even on bad days, even when my yapping isn't perfect, I'll write down some bullet points and I'll do my best. And that's what I do every single time. In every Roblox dream, every big dream begins with pressing a button. And that button is opening the Roblox studio. Or if you're a content creator, you just open up YouTube and post your video. Make the best thing that you can possibly make that's centered around your own creative idea. And before you know it, it can actually take off. Especially if you're investing in advertising, whether that's YouTube or Roblox. Investing in advertising is really important if you want to scale up. But it costs a good amount of money, but you don't have to spend a lot. Just spend a little bit at a time. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.